Hey guys!
Hi everybody!
Can everybody see us okay?
Hello,
Give us a
everyone.
thumbs up!
It's the first time that we've done this before. Katrina watched me through it. Hopefully you guys can see us. We just wanted to hop on here for a few minutes and mostly to say thank you. Thank you to everybody who's been so supportive. Thank you for all your comments. Thank you for just really supporting us. We are so grateful for all of it. Hey, Mary. And a couple of notes that I just want to go through. The prize winners from the premiere night. I've only got 8 people that have replied and given me their addresses. So please email us at info@voicesfromthegrave.com and let me know that you're there, what you want, and your address, please. I've got people's names, but I don't have any type of addresses. So I wanted to do that. And for those who've joined the website, I just wanted to tell you guys we were out investigating all last week. So things have gotten off to a slow start. Plus, we were not expecting so many people to join the club so quickly.
That's a good thing.
So we're really grateful about that. And I just wanted to let you guys know that we started today. Karen was posting, Joe was posting, and everybody's going to start posting tomorrow. I'm going to get some behind the scenes footage up, some bloopers up, and lots of content coming. Also, so you know, after the episode airs tonight, we're going to be releasing all the files for episode 2. So look for those right after the episode airs. You're going to find them there. And hey, Lori.
Hey, Lori Wells.
Lori Wells is here. Piglet's mama. For those of you that saw the premiere, we dedicated that episode to Piglet, who we love and adore and miss greatly. I think that was everything that I really wanted to talk about. I'm going to turn it over to Karen for a few minutes because this episode that you guys are about to watch, the Los Feliz Murder House, is a lot about forensics. And you're also going to find out that David didn't make his flight. Spirit blocked him. So we didn't have a lot of, we didn't have any ghost box sessions except for the one, you know, we didn't get a lot of information on the ghost boxes, but I'll let David talk to you about that real quick. But I'm going to turn it over to Karen because this is a heavy forensics episode.
Yeah, it was a little crazy. My first foray, you know, you guys got to remember that episode 1 was the Soden House. That was 2 years after this episode. So Los Feliz, this episode you're going to watch tonight was actually our first time together ever. This is actually the first investigation we ever did as a team. So keep that in mind because what you're going to find later on is the Lynx, which I think is episode 3, right?
Yeah.
The Lynx is episode 3 next week. So just hold your rein in your horses. Forensics on this one was off the charts. I didn't expect any of it. I had no idea what the hell was going to happen, how this was going to work. I was pretty much blind. I was in the dark. I just thought it would be interesting to work with some paranormal guys and some mediums and just literally see what in the hell this is all about and what would happen. And what happened was a lot. Changed my mind about a lot of things, made me start thinking a little differently, and really it changed the trajectory of how I thought about investigations as a whole. So stand by because we're going to be bringing you some really, really cool, incredible stuff tonight and for all the episodes. I wanted to say hi. Somebody said hopefully I can access the website on Chrome. You should be able to. I haven't had a problem with Chrome. Hi, Krista from Virginia. I grew up in Maryland. There you go, East Coaster. And just wanted to say hi to everybody. You brought donuts. Where the hell are they? I'm a cop. What's wrong with you? You didn't bring enough for the class, Sam. What's the deal? I'm a donut person. So we really want to welcome you guys. You know, we're so happy you're coming along on this journey with us. You guys are kind of like the core crew. You're going to be the core crew going forward because you're here from day one. You're here from the night one on the premiere. You're here for day one on this episode. You've been on the website. So welcome. We're going to have a lot of fun. David? I'm going to shoot it over to you, buddy, in a minute.
Real quick, just so
Okay.
you guys know, Joe is on an airplane flying from Los Angeles to New York. He was going to try and join from the airplane, but they won't let him shoot video. And Kelvin.
Yeah, but Joe is in the comments, so say hi.
Kim Long is here. And
hey, kid, what's going on, girl?
And Kelvin flew home to New Zealand yesterday. He's been flying for over 24 hours, just got home, and he's sick as a dog.
Sick.
So all you got is us. But next week, we will have the entire team here. We're pretty exhausted. We shot a lot. Hello, New Zealand, representing. Thank you guys very much.
I bet you are, girl.
We were investigating all week, so we're all a little loopy and tired. They were long days, but boy, do we have some good stuff for season 2 coming your way. Mm-hmm. And what else, David? What do you got?
What were you guys asking me about again?
Missing your flight on this night for episode 2.
Yeah, the reason this is more heavily forensics, although there's some good paranormal in this episode.
There is.
Nothing to shake a leg at, but. Yeah, we were just talking about how you missed your flight and never made it out to Los Feliz.
Yeah, for the first ever investigation.
Yeah. And that was kind of interesting, you guys, because it was the first time I took everybody out to dinner the night before the investigation. Nobody had met anybody, and in fact, our 3 mediums didn't even know that there were 3 mediums, and I kind of did that on purpose. And when we got to the restaurant, it was just really interesting because I sat back and watched as they went up and said, "What do you do?" And I'm a medium. What do you do? I'm a medium. And they just look at each other and go, "Really?" And they had no idea that there were 3 mediums total. So the amazing thing about the Los Feliz investigation is the team just jived right away. I've never seen anything like it. Like, everybody just got together, and I'm not going to give any spoilers. You have to watch, but everybody just jived together immediately. And in my opinion, that's, the universe or spirit kind of bringing us together. I think they were really instrumental. And as a team, we've talked about this before, really instrumental in bringing us together, picking all the right people who were going to help them kind of air out their secrets. Go ahead, David.
So basically, the night before the trip, I was going to bed, and I woke up in the middle of the night, and I saw, I don't know how to describe it, but it was like some kind of entity sitting next to my bed. And it was really creepy. It was like this black shadow figure just staring at me, and it looked kind of wide, and it looked kind of like it had like fur. That's all I can remember of that. And then just getting to the airport, getting on the plane, I had a lot of anxiety, and it definitely felt like something was pushing me to not get on the plane. And I didn't end up making it. And then I won't give any spoilers away, but in the future episodes, there was a painting at one of the locations, and it was the exact figure from my dream. So that was really, really weird. And I don't know why somebody would have a painting like that on their wall, but it was there, and I just froze when I saw it. So I definitely think that was connected in some way.
Absolutely.
It was really freaky.
Yeah, and it's just one more connection, as the episodes continue, we have a web of connections. I have a document that we've just been putting together between Karen's research and my research and our amazing researcher, Stephanie White. We have 108 pages of connections within these cases. It is a huge web of connections. And I think you guys are going to be really intrigued as it begins to unravel out over the next, how many, 9 episodes?
Yeah.
I think you're really going to, have your minds blown as much as ours, because even as we were researching, I think Karen and I were both like, oh my God, it was just one thing after another. We couldn't believe it.
There were so many moments. This is my office, and there were so many moments that I would literally like throw my earbuds down or throw my pen down when I was taking notes and run out of the living room and go, stop what you're doing right now. You are not going to believe this. I can't tell you how many moments we've had like that where it would be a newspaper article, or it
Hundreds.
would be an autopsy report, or it would be some other piece of research that I'm looking at, a book that I'm reading that like literally closed a link, and I'm going, what? How in the hell does that even happen? But it did, and it has many
and
times.
continues even to this day. We just discovered something on the investigations that we just did last week that are connecting even more things from previous investigations.
Yeah.
It's really insane how it's just all unraveling, and we cannot wait to share all of that with you. I think your minds are going to be as blown as ours are. Did you guys have any questions from episode 1 that you wanted to ask?
Yeah. And don't forget, Joe is in the chat too, so he's here. He can answer your questions.
Joe, you
too.
still there?
No, he's here. He
did?
Yeah, he just comes. He's good. He's 35,000 feet up, probably having a little drinky poo.
He was going to go in the airplane toilet to do the live view, but he couldn't. They won't let him get it.
We tried to book him a seat in there, but they wouldn't let us.
I think the other thing is that, we've talked about the fact that on so many of the shows, you never know what happens after the episode. Most of them have a nice little ribbon and it's wrapped up, and that's the end of it. With our show, we want to go into the behind the scenes, because I think we've all had things happen to us in the aftermath that you're going to find out. Some really scary things. And I'm not going to give too many spoiler alerts, but from episode 1, you heard Spirit tell David, "I'm going to cut you." And actually, I'll let David talk about that right now. We have a few minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was in episode 1. Yeah. One of the spirits came.
Slash you. That was the word. We're going to slash you.
Yeah. I came through the ghost box, said, "I'm going to slash you." And I said, "No, you're not." And it was about a week later when I got home. I was drinking some wine, and I had the wine glass on the floor next to my chair. And I heard a popping noise. It was really weird because I wasn't moving around and I didn't step on the glass, but I heard a popping noise, and I started squirting blood all over the floor. And when I went to the hospital, they ended up giving me 27 stitches on my ankle. But they thought that I had done it myself with a knife. And because it was very surgical and it went all around my ankle. And I immediately just thought about what the ghost box had said, "I'm going to slash you." And I thought about how Hodel knew how to use a knife. So that was really scary to me. And I had to convince the hospital I didn't do it to myself, because that's what they thought. So I said it was just a wine glass. And they said there's no way a wine glass could cut you with such precision around your whole ankle like that. So it was not fun.
I didn't even know they said that.
Yeah.
And Karen, you looked at it and tried to. Go ahead.
I did. He sent pictures of the cut, and I was horrified, first of all. And
it was pretty bad.
All the way down to the bone.
It was all the way to the bone. It was
to the bone, yeah.
Which I didn't understand. I mean, I've seen thousands of glass cuts and lacerations and God knows what. And when I looked at it, I went, "David, explain to me exactly how this was supposed to work." And he kind of did a little bit of a recreate with his chair. And I said, "Well, where was the glass? Where was this?" And he's telling me, and I'm like, "How in the fuck?" I said, "Did the stem break? Did the stem go into your foot? What?
Nope.
What exactly?" And I'm like, "How does that even happen?" I can explain most injuries. I really can. I have absolutely nothing for that. I was just glad that David was okay, because it was nasty.
Yeah,
it was bad.
And I it didn't end up in the episode. It'll be in the behind the scenes stuff on our website. But I was actually threatened as well with, "We're going to slash you."
Mm-hmm.
And it happened to me too, which is how David. I didn't even know that this has happened to David. You know how you can reach into a cabinet, where everything is, and you're just blindly reaching in. And I did that one day, and somehow a Cuisinart wheel that I don't cook, that hasn't been used in a decade, had moved all the way forward in the cabinet. And I went in to reach for a bowl and it sliced my thumb open. Just, I was gushing blood.
I remember
And
that.
yeah, and
Yeah.
just trying to hold it together. And I don't do hospitals either, so I refuse to go in for stitches. Karen just kind of sealed it up and wrapped it up, and it was probably a good 8 weeks. I couldn't even look at it because
Every
I
day
freak
she's
out.
like, no, fix my thumb. I'm like looking at her thumb going, you need about 4 stitches. No, you need 4 stitches. No, I'm not doing it. Well, I can super glue it. No, just fix it. I'm like, oh my God. So it took her a long time to heal from that. And you guys know, you saw episode 1.
Yeah.
I got a nosebleed out of nowhere. I used to get nosebleeds as a kid, and I don't know where the hell that came from. Freaked me out. And frankly, I'll be really honest with you guys now that we're on the chat. In the episode, it was sitting there and I said, I'm not scared, bring it. I was scared shitless. I was scared shitless. But I wasn't going to give it that
ADA
power.
psychic.
I wasn't going to give it that power. But let me tell you something. When my nose started bleeding, I went, what the fuck? What the fuck? And I went to the bathroom and I came back out, and here I am trying to be big, strong tough cop, and that disturbed me quite a bit.
The other thing that you guys don't know, because we didn't have it on camera, so we never brought it to anybody's attention. Brandon, our little demon bait, one of the reasons he got that name is because he was attacked that night as well with a nosebleed.
Yeah, he was.
He was down in the basement and just felt this massive pressure come all around him, and he said the next thing he knew, his nose was just gushing blood. I can tell you, in the aftermath of Soden, we continued to get messages from George Hodel. Our mediums continued to get messages from George Hodel, and we all kind of felt like he was putting us through a test, if that makes any sense. Of it's like Kelvin says, fear is a powerful thing. And I think he was trying to see just how well we were going to be able to stay the course. And I think we all passed the test because the attacks and the activity in the houses stopped.
Yeah.
So although he came back with a vengeance on the past investigations, which you'll find out about season 2. But I kind of, this is a weird thing, I kind of look at him a little bit like Silence of the Lambs, Hannibal Lecter. There's this respect for his intelligence and a respect for, and he can be very charming. I mean, he can be so charming, and then he'll flip a switch and he's the scariest on the planet. So, those are just some of the things that we just wanted to share with you behind the scenes. There's more coming up after episode 2. We just don't want to reveal so much right now. But I think the whole team's been through some harrowing stuff. We all had really bad personal things happen to us that you'll find out. We have a team meeting coming up in later episodes, and you're going to find out. So we really just wanted to share with you guys what happens after these investigations, because it's not all rainbows and unicorns when you leave a location. Sometimes that's just when the investigation is starting. So George is a master manipulator. There is no doubt about it. And he got us good. He got us so good on this last investigation. I'm still going, oh, you bastard. But that's for another time.
Yeah. You guys have any more questions? Because we've got about
5 minutes before we got to go, because the episode's going to start at 6:30.
6 o'clock. We want to give you potty break and coffee break and popcorn break. So,
Brandy, thank
I thought
you.
It was donuts and coffee.
Thank you so much.
It will be.
And we have the most talented mediums on the planet. I really believe that. They are just so talented. We never ever ask them to do anything. We never ask them to fake anything. If we show up at a location and there's nothing there, you're going to see that. You're going to see it coming up in season 2. Sometimes you get to a location, there's nothing there. The reason I wanted 3 mediums and 1 female medium is really because spirit is, in my opinion, a lot like human beings. They're going to like one person better than they like another. They're going to want to talk to somebody. Just like if you go to a cocktail party, you may feel really good about talking to one person and go, I don't want to talk to you. You know, especially our victims who have been so abused by men. I thought it was really important to have a female medium in there. So I think that's really interesting, and I hope that you guys do too. I just saw somebody said something about Steve Hodell's book. If you really want to dive into this with us, because there's more coming, Samantha, that's your comment. Steve's first book. Read the rest of them. This is a more than 20-year investigation. Yep, his new book.
I've read it and I've got my bookmarks. Trust me, I've already been diving into the new information he put in here. So if you don't have it, grab yourself a copy because it will definitely fill in some gaps for you if you have them.
Yeah,
Is that the new one, Karen?
Yeah, it's a new one. I read it in 2 days.
Steve sent it to us.
I plowed through it, man.
I haven't had.
I gotta get it.
Hogging it, but it was more important that she read it than I read it because she
I know.
needed the notes. But yeah, it's and I'm going to say one thing, and I don't think Karen agrees or is it as much on board as I am. I know Steve came under fire. Steve Hodell came under fire when he came out with Most Evil about George Hodell being the Zodiac killer. I will never believe it was anybody but, because of the fact that Zodiac came through so many times on the ghost boxes. A lot that you haven't seen. I think we only put one of them up, but there's more coming when we get start going down that path as well, when we get into the 60s. And I think that's something else for you guys to know. You know, we're starting all the way back in the 40s, but we're going to backtrack again into the 20s and the 30s, and then we just keep going all the way up to present day. That's how big this web of connections is. So if we're still around, because you guys are watching us and liking us, by season 5, we should be up to about 1969 and moving forward. And I think, you know, Maureen Hashi said this in episode 1 in the new master bathroom at the Soden House. I feel like this still goes on today. And that's a spoiler alert that I'm going to give you on where the show is going. It still goes on today. Thanks, Brandy.
Wow. Thanks, Brandy. Thank you, Mary.
Thank you, Mary.
Thank you, Black Onyx Cat. We appreciate you guys. Joe Crafted, thank you, buddy. And Lori, bless your heart.
Well
You're
done,
awesome.
Joe Crafted. How's it go for you? You guys having success with 3 mediums?
I think it's a cool concept.
Yeah, I think it's the best concept. You know, and it's nothing new. I mean, you think you go all the way back to Paranormal State. They really set the ground for bringing mediums in. And it's the smartest thing to do, in my opinion, for paranormal investigators, because otherwise you're flying blind.
Yeah.
You know, you have no way. The spirits are human beings. Very good point. You have no way of really knowing, and they can help you to stay out of really bad trouble, which can get scary.
Yeah, we got into some.
We got into some anyways.
Again.
And
Oh,
Brandy,
my
just so
goodness.
you know, really quick, you said, I think this could be on Netflix. I want you guys to know, we pitched this for years to every network.
8 years.
8 years. We got some bites. Yeah, we like it. The reason we're doing this, and I know there's a lot of content creators out there who are creating amazing content, which I actually watch on YouTube. It's my favorite thing. And I think that the new trend is we watched all those paranormal shows just get canned in one season. They just cleared the decks of everything, which was really heartbreaking because there were some great shows out there, including Katrina's. And I think that the networks are in just such a bad place. And I think the future is creator content. And so hats off to everybody out there doing creator content. We're watching you and we're supporting you. And I'm starting to comment on other shows because I think that we're putting out better content than what we're finding on the networks at this point.
Yep.
So I think, and I would really, I want to support all the paranormal shows that are on YouTube that are creating their own content, because kudos, it's hard work. You know, it's hard work, and the networks just aren't picking anything up at the moment. That may change, but I think they're in so much trouble right now financially after COVID and then the strikes and everything else. I think it's going to be a while before they get back on their feet.
Very cool. We better scoot.
Yeah,
It's
we better
6:25.
scoot. I cannot thank you guys enough. Don't forget, for all the people who didn't catch the live, who are going to be seeing it later, I need your contact information to get the prizes out there. I've got about 8 people from the premiere party. I want to get your prizes out to you. So please contact us at info@voicesfromthegrave.com. Tonight on the episode, we're going to be there commenting with you. We'll all be watching live along with you. Please remember to hit like and subscribe, and the alerts so that you know when we're putting content up. Thank you all.
And go to our website, voicesfromthegrave.com, and join the behind the scenes.
Because there's going to some good stuff. And
come to my cold case vault and help me with these cases. Go to Joe's salon. Go to the guys, their page with the paranormal stuff. You got Kelvin's page. There's all kinds of stuff in there. So join our website.
And Samantha, that's how I found Kelvin, Sensing Murder.
There you go.
It was on YouTube here in the United States.
There it is. Yeah.
And I went tracking him down. And funny story, I had my person who was, casting the show and finding our team. And I was like, find Kelvin Cruikshank. And it was about, I want to say about 5 months. She kept looking and looking and couldn't get a response. And I was just about to give up. And about 5 months later, I get a phone call from her going, you won't believe who finally came out of the bush and replied. And it was Kelvin. And I'd never been so happy because he's so freaking talented. And Joe, just so you guys know, came to me by way of Kim Russo, because I had talked to her about doing the show, and she said, I can't, I have other commitments to another series, but you got to call my psychic son, Joe Peretta. So that's how we found him. Got to go. 3 minutes till the live, and we'll see you guys over there. Thank you again, and we'll talk soon. We'll do this again next week. Love you guys.
See you guys next week.
Bye, guys. Thanks for watching.